Hey guys, this is Mr. Breen, and in this video I'll be talking about the attributive versus predicate position in Greek. So here are some examples in Greek. The first sentence is ha despotes autos pros to agro heke, which means the master himself has arrived near the field. Our second sentence is ha autos despotes pros to agro heke, or the same master has arrived near the field. And finally, ha amos oikos mikros esti, my house is small. So notice in these first two sentences, the only thing that has changed in the Greek is the position of autos. But this change in the position of autos has actually resulted in a change in the meaning of the English translation. So up here, ha despotes autos was the master himself, but ha autos despotes was the same master. In this first sentence, autos is in what we call the predicate position. In the second one, autos is in the attributive position. Well, how can you tell the difference? When an adjective is in the, or a pronoun or anything is in the attributive position, it is preceded by an article, whereas when it's in the predicate position, it is not. In fact, when it's in the predicate position, autos could go anywhere in the sentence. It could go over here, it could go over here, well, not in between there. But no matter where this is in the sentence, if it's attributive, it will have an article come right before it. For this word autos, if it's in the predicate position, it's what we call an intensifier. So we say not just the master, but the master himself. It intensifies the noun. Whereas if it's in the attributive position, like this, ha autos despotes, it just means same, the same master. I just wanted to point out in this last sentence that emos is in the attributive position because it is preceded by an article, so it's in the attributive position. In English as well, my house is small. So what does this look like in English? Well, if an adjective is in the attributive position in English, it pretty much comes right before the noun. So the small house is in that yard. But if it's in the predicate, it generally speaking comes after the verb. The city is big. So here we have an adjective in the predicate position. In this last sentence, the student turned red when he realized he forgot his book. Red is describing the student. But it's not attributive because otherwise it would be the red student. Okay, it's in the predicate position, so it comes after the verb. Here are some more examples in Greek. So we have the sentence ton muthon ton auton legomen, or we tell the same story. Notice that auton is in the attributive position here. It doesn't come between or the article and the noun or right before the noun, but because it is still preceded by an article, it's still in the attributive position and it's still modifying muthon. You should think of these articles as being sort of like grabbers. They kind of grab a hold of things that might modify what we're talking about, in this case the story, and they attach them to the story. Our second sentence is autoi apopheugusin apoton lukon, and here we have autoi in the predicate position. It is not preceded by an article. So this is going to mean they themselves flee from the wolves. Our final sentence is hoi boas soi asi, and in this case, soi, a possessive adjective, is not in the attributive position. It's in the predicate position. We know because it is not preceded by an article. It's sort of on its own, and so we're going to translate this as not your cows are something, but the cows are yours. Notice that when a possessive adjective in English is in the predicate position, we sort of do something different with it. My cows become the cows are mine. So my versus mine. Your cows become the cows are yours. Our cows become the cows are ours. So it's a little bit different in English. Go ahead and take this opportunity to get some practice. I want you to translate these sentences and tell whether the adjective is in the attributive or the predicate position. I will wait for a few seconds. Go ahead and pause before the answers come up on the screen.